Hi friends, I'm Apurva and welcome to a brand new video from Yash Career Guru. In this video, we are going to be discussing the topic how to study effectively in a distance learning course. Now, this topic is extremely relevant for every student in 2020 considering a lot of students are now attending school and college lectures via the Zoom app. Before we begin, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to our channel to get amazing new videos from us. And yes, a huge shout out to all of our supporters who have shown us so much love. Thank you so much. Alright, let's go. Tip number 1. Set up a study space. When studying in virtual classrooms, it is essential that you create a dedicated study area in your home. Your study area needs to have good lighting, proper Wi-Fi connectivity, and some privacy. Also, make sure that your desk is clean and clutter-free. If your desk is cluttered, it's not going to let you function effectively. In fact, psychological studies have shown that a cluttered desk lowers productivity and adds unwanted stress. So before you begin studying every day, go ahead and clean your desk and keep only essential items ready. Tip number 2. Set up a study schedule. When doing distance learning, it is extremely important that you have a good study schedule. A good study schedule ensures that you have a structure to your day. You can set long-term and short-term goals that will motivate you and make you achieve more with your studies. A good study schedule does not mean that you go on to study for 12 to 14 hours every day. In fact, a good study schedule means you have enough time for breaks and refreshments in between and a fine balance between theoretical and practical subjects. The main aim of your study schedule should be to maximize productivity in minimum time. Tip number 3. Make your own notes. Now this point comes from 100% personal experience. Every time I have used someone else's notes, I have retained less and less. But when I make my own notes, my grasping and retention is much more. What should be included in making your own notes? Well, the first part should be highlighting important points in the textbook. The second part should be writing down a summary of the whole chapter in your notes. And the third part should be breaking down the chapter into small capsules of information which you can later refer to when revising. Essentially, think of your notes as the ultimate guide for your exams. Tip number 4. Communicate more with your teacher. The major difference between traditional classrooms and virtual classrooms is communication with the teacher. In a traditional classroom, it is very easy to communicate with your teacher and ask them doubts either during or after the class. But in a virtual classroom, that's not very easy. You as a student are going to have to take extra efforts to build a rapport with the teacher. You need to communicate more efficiently, ask all your doubts, submit your assignments on time, and yes, be proactive in asking for help. The more you communicate with your teacher, the easier distance learning will be for you. Tip number 5. Celebrate every milestone. Now this is my favorite tip. We at Yash Career Guru believe that you need to celebrate every milestone in your distance learning course because it is not easy for students to complete a course in complete isolation from the rest of the class. Hence, do not think of any milestone as big or small, significant or insignificant. Just go ahead and celebrate it. Every time you achieve a goal you have set, give yourself a pat on the back and you will realize it makes you want to work harder. That's all for today. We really do hope that you enjoyed this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Share it with all of your friends who are currently faced by the distance learning challenge. And yes, if there are any awesome tips that we have missed out, please go ahead and type them in the comment section below. And yes, don't forget to subscribe to our channel because we are going to come up with much more content. Thank you.